In this short video, we're going to talk about how to set up the game Pathogenesis. We'll be playing this game in class for 3 different class periods. The first class period will be focusing on the pathogenic factors, so we're going to set the game up to play that first round. First thing you'll do as a team is you'll set up and get out your Pathogenesis box, and you'll find your 2 systems cards. So you'll place them on the table. You'll have 2 different body systems. In this example, we have the respiratory system, which is blue, and we have the pink tissue system here. You may also have a gastrointestinal system. So there's 3 systems that are available, but you'll only have 2. Next, you'll want to set up your petri dishes. The petri dishes contain your damage counters, and they correspond to the color of the body systems that you have. So the blue petri dish goes into our respiratory tract, and you can go ahead and open those as you get them out and ready. Next, you'll set up the tissue barrier cards. So you'll find the tissue barriers for each of your body systems, you'll shuffle them, and then lay them face down in front of each tissue deck card. Once you have your tissue barrier cards, you're going to then find your pathogens. So each body system has both regular pathogens and super pathogens. So you're going to want to separate those into 2 categories. So here we have our super pathogen cards that are a nice darker red color, as well as our respiratory pathogen cards, which are a lighter color. So we'll separate those into 2 piles. So respiratory and super pathogen respiratory. And over here we have our tissue cards that are pink. They go with our pink system. So here's our tissue pathogens and our super pathogens for tissue. So we'll set those up. Next, you'll find a big, large deck of cards called your gene pool cards. So this large deck of cards has lots of different factors. So if you look in there, you'll see things like enzymes, you'll see toxins, so here's endotoxin, you'll see environment cards, so different things that can happen in the environment, and you'll talk about different things that can happen to the patient itself or the body itself, things like medical implants or poor diet that can be used. So these are all different factors that can cause differences in the outcomes of a pathogen's infection. So this is a big, large deck. You're going to make sure that it's nice and shuffled, and then you'll be able to set that out on the side and draw 5 cards and lay them out across the top. These are going to be your options for choosing to buy different pathogenic features. You can see kind of an overview here. So you'll have 5 to sit there. Okay, so that's how we set up the cards to begin with, and now everybody's going to get a starter deck. So our starter deck has a reference card, and then you'll notice in the bottom left corner that there's a little symbol. So your symbols should all be the same no matter what deck you have, so double check and make sure that they're organized correctly. In your starter deck, you'll have 2 opportunistic pathogens, 2 normal flora, bacteria, and then you'll have a series of DNA cards that say new DNA at the top. This constitutes your starter deck. This is a deck building game, so you'll start with a very thin deck, but as you play the game, you'll add more and more cards to your deck by buying either those gene pool cards or these pathogen cards. So you're going to want to shuffle your starter deck, lay it face down, and draw 5 cards to put in your hand. All right, once you have your 5 cards, you're ready to start. And so you can see here we have these DNA cards and we have these normal flora cards. You'll keep the rest of your deck over there for drawing up to 5 cards after each round. That's how we're going to start the game. Familiar yourself with the cards as you get them and see them and pass them out, and we'll be ready to play our first round.